Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday night's Fuzz TV Live, where we are going to watch a movie or two. And Firefly, of course. I just fed you Firefly. I literally just gave you the one thing you always ask for. I'll become. Oh, you come up to Snuggles. Oh. Ah, Firefly. Weren't on camera early this time, do you? Yeah. So Firefly's here to say hello. As I try to deal with his interference. I love you, really pretty cat. Come here. Come here. Give me the hugs. I want the hugs. So, the plan for the evening, to at least start off with, will be actually a shark movie. We don't have any shark movies yet. We did all this horror from the deep stuff, but no sharks. So, we're going to do a sequel to one that we did, like early last year, I think. I don't know. I was thinking 47 meters down uncaged. We had the first one at some point on stream just randomly last year, and it's on Prime, so nice and easy to access. And that's Horror from the Deep #5, if we're keeping track at home. Which reminds me, actually, I need to update my letterboxd. Just when I thought I was done drinking. Meter? What's that? About 3 yards, Fletcher. Even though I know you're being facetious. So what did I watch for streams this week? And Ace, for that matter. Jeez, son. Watched 2 on Saturday. What did we watch? We watched Fright Night. You mean feet? Yeah, possibly. About 3 feet. Yeah, I probably did mean feet now that I'm thinking about it. In fact, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know how much a yard is. We don't really use our yards for anything. Yeah, it's definitely feet. About 3 feet. Give or take. That was on the 17th. That's a rewatch. A yard is 3 feet. Ah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's why I confused it. A yard is 300 feet? And 300 foot, just to correct the grammar a little bit there. But yeah, I think it's just 3. A yard's not that big. A yard's something you measure like a football field in. And I'm pretty sure they're not like 1 yard. They're usually a great number of yards. Okay, anyway. Update my letterboxd. Whilst I'm debating with Fletcher the measure of distance. Maybe 300 feet is right. Maybe I'm wrong. 300 foot. 300 feet. Maybe it just sounded weird because of the sentence it was in. Foot and feet to your heart's content. 300 feet is 100 yards, which is the distance between the end zones in a football field. Very good. Oh yeah, because this system of yards and feet is so neat and easy. What else did we watch? No, Leprechaun, that's right. Unfortunately. And then I watched that for streams on Sunday. And I watched this for race. Well, no, but it was the olden days, Fletcher. The ancient time of the 60s. Lots of things have improved in the world since then. Sunday. Okay. Letterboxd update. That's an interesting. Damn, I've got 4 Roddy McDowall films this year now. Bears Last of Us 2, really liked it, never expected, not wanting to push a button before. Oh. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Nosma. Yeah. Stupid meters and feet and whatnot. I don't particularly like meters either, to be honest. I don't really have a preferred measure of distance. I just know I don't like yards. I think you say prefer miles over kilometers. I do. If we're talking bigger measures of distance, then yes, I prefer miles over kilometers. Kilometer, I don't know what a kilometer is in terms of like actual thinking about the distance. Whereas a mile I can picture in my head. I understand roughly what a mile is. Hey, Ellie. I'm just looking at my letterbox stats for the year. Seeing what actors are up top. Notably, Cynthia Rothrock is still tied for first with Mila Jovovich. Might have to squeeze in a Rothrock movie in November just to put her ahead. It was slightly cool today, so now the whole town smells like smoke. What, from people having fires? Hmm. Actually, I wonder how it changes if I put them to higher rated. I'll just be actors that I've only seen in one movie, probably. Hmm. Texans be weird, I guess. I hate how many actors from the Resident Evil movies are in my most watched actors for the year. I feel like I want to watch like a franchise with the same actors in every movie just to like get rid of everyone. I'll just watch all the Star Trek movies or something like that just to just to get rid of Ali Latter and Ian Glenn and Sienna Gilroy. Are we watching Jaws or something? We are watching 47 Meters Down Uncaged. We watched the first one last year on stream at some point, so we're watching the sequel. It is on Prime, so it's nice and easy to get. We'll give people a little bit of time to filter in and notice we're streaming and whatnot. Um, the Lovecraft Country finale is review of that has been recorded, so that's coming tomorrow. As is hopefully the finale of Utopia season 1, and Screams, which were out for patrons today, will be public tomorrow. And there should be a bonus Screams tomorrow as well. So that's what tomorrow's got lined up. I think Twilight Zone's going to be on Wednesdays now. At least that's the current plan. I mean, respected the character maybe, but she was still directed to be as cheesy as humanly goddamn possible. So is Lovecraft Country season worth watching? Oh, I would say so. I liked a lot of it. It goes into lots of different places. It tackles like some subgenres you probably wouldn't be expecting it to. And I'm sure your dog's loving that, rude boy. It was really bad. It was really bad. Um, I probably did it at the time Renegade, but it's been a long time. Hmm. That is particularly grisly. Particularly grisly. Okay. I was just checking something. Let me go to where's this thing? I'm okay. Been working hard, been a little busy to the point where I'm actually starting to seriously trying to schedule like a day off for myself every week, which is something I've never really had whilst doing this. Um, which I will talk about more in a couple of minutes. I'm going to go use the bathroom because when you gotta go, you gotta go. So entertain yourselves. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I also took the liberty of moving the couch before I put the camera back on, just so it was done. Kitty combat. All right. Oh. Go. You probably do with moving the over a bit that way. One day I'll get it right. That's not bad. Not bad, not bad. Welcome everyone. Or welcome back. Oh, so yes, what was I talking about? Oh yes, I actually try to have a day off on a regular basis. It's one of the things I've never really had, and one of the weird things about doing something like this is that you end up feeling guilty if you aren't working because you don't really have like an official off time. You know, when you have a job, you finish at a time and you go home or whatever, and you just kind of forget about it and you can relax because it's, you know, not work time. When you do something like this where you're creative and you're trying to like make content and you're your own boss, you kind of end up feeling guilty whenever you spend time doing anything that isn't that. And it's, you know, it is kind of tiring and like, it's, my god, these cats. All right, where was I? Yes, so from all the examples I've seen from other people is that uh, actually trying to schedule your time each day so that you actually have an official like, cutoff where you're not working anymore. Just relax and don't feel bad that you're not working on something, and having days off and things like that. And I think my kind of like reasoning before was that, you know, we're not at a certain level of success yet. Like a lot of the bigger, you know, streamers or YouTubers or whoever, podcasters, and I guess in my head I was always kind of thinking that, well, I've not reached X level of success yet, where it says, you know, profitable as this yet, so therefore I don't deserve time off. But sometimes it's got a really negative impact. Not so much a mental health thing. I'm not I think some people would have trouble in that way. I think for me it's more just about being tired and having like less motivation to actually get things done. So I think one of the weird things about forcing myself to take time off in a sort of regular schedule is that it means that I'm actually more productive when I'm working versus when I'm trying to force myself to work all the time, and I end up doing more little procrastinations or more little time waster things in between and so on. Anyway, the short and long of it is trying to actually schedule an official day off for myself so that I feel better rested and whatever. And that right, Wesker? Yeah, that is right, Wesker. So yeah, I've been thinking about it the last couple of days. Like this week, probably my day off will, I imagine, will either be Wednesday or Thursday. That doesn't mean there'll be no content on Wednesday or Thursday. There'll still be YouTube content going out, but definitely should schedule a week off for every so many weeks on. Weeks off are tough. Like I've not had to like really think about scheduling a whole week off before. Um, I can definitely schedule a very light week where I don't do a whole lot of recording or watching. Have most things edited in advance, but typically I'll still probably have to do a little bit of little tinkering and publishing. I mean, I can schedule a lot of that. Don't get me wrong, but not all of it. It'll happen eventually, though. At some point, I'm going to need to take a week or even 2 weeks off for something. There's no way it's not going to happen eventually, but I mean, in quarantine world though, it's a lot less likely. So don't have to worry about that for a little bit. I don't think, but yeah. So well, sometimes I have the problem where I just end up not being able to sleep at night. So then I end up sleeping really absurdly late the next day, which works out when I'm streaming for mostly people on the other side of the planet, admittedly. But you can't see Wesker, but Wesker's on the side of the couch right next to me. Oh, I know people will get vacation time if I have to take it, but I'm not looking for vacation time. I'm not like burned out in that sense. I'm more just looking for time on a regular weekly basis where I don't feel guilty for just sitting and playing a video game for a night without caring. Without feeling like I'm cheating out on doing work, which I do. Like, there's times where I will spend all night playing a video game and I'll feel terrible that I've not been productive. But you know, I think it's this weird thing where even in my own headspace, even though like I think of a lot of this as work because there's deadlines, because there's, uh, you know, like even though typically yes, I'd be watching a lot of the things I watch anyway, just because I want to watch them, or I'd be playing or reading some of the things that I'm reading because I'd be wanting to read the comics anyway. There is kind of once you have a deadline, once you have like a show you have to do, there is kind of like another element to it, and when when you tell people what you do when you do this kind of thing for a living, they tend to kind of have this like they don't respect that you're actually working. They tend to think of you just kind of doing whatever you want, which is kind of true to an extent, but in the sense that no one really appreciates that like you're busy when you say you've got work to do. And I think in my own mind, even still, like sometimes I feel like, oh, I can't really count this as work, like this part of it. Like I can't count the watching of the 2 hour movie as work because I would like to watch it anyway. But the fact that I have to squeeze it in at a time when I wouldn't maybe otherwise leave it for another couple of weeks means that it kind of is. And I should have to count it as that. As much as I enjoy doing a stream, I do kind of have to count the time spent on the stream as part of the work schedule, if that makes sense. Because we all because I think ultimately you always just need time to yourself, but you're just not. Because even though this is relatively easy, and I like hanging out with people, but you do need time when you're just kind of not even having to communicate with them, when you're just sitting quietly enjoying whatever you're doing. Anyway, I don't know. The point being is that I'm trying to schedule in more time off for myself during the week because it's something that I've just not done up until now, and it's probably a little unhealthy, and it might actually make the times where I am working more productive. I work a very public interfacing job, and the quarantine forced break has been amazing. It's nice not to have to entertain or be on socially all the time. Oh no, I get it. I get it. Um, sometimes you just want to lie half asleep and watch a movie. But sometimes I want to sit here and like crack jokes and sort of do the hangout style of watching a movie. But sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want to just lie and kind of be half dead. You take a relaxing vacation on the shores of Loch Ness. I feel like if I went to Loch Ness, I'd have to film some of it just to make a little bit of content out of that. There's just too much possible. There's just too much fun about making a little vlog about trying to find Nessie. All the virtual tourists will love it. Especially since not exactly people can travel internationally really that right now that much. So, and certainly if they are, it's probably not for vacations. Wesker, you good cat? Hmm? Wesker's good. He's just kind of chilling out on the arm. Ah. Oh, Tim's messaged me. What's the message me? Whew. Hey, hey, Garrus, leave Wesker alone. Enough of that sort of thing. Hey, Wesker was just sitting there minding his own business. Tell you what. There you go, Wesker. You got privacy. Garrus is on my computer chair. I just spun it around so the back was between them. Nice little self isolation barrier. Before the dark times. Oh my. Garrus. My cat's feeling mischievous. Oh dear. What time is it? Oh, it's almost half past. Should be starting the movie soon. I was kind of expecting a couple of the regulars to be making their presence known by now. Is Garrus short for Garrison? No. It's named after a video game character from Mass Effect 3. Did you see the trailer for the Ari animated movie on Netflix? I did not actually. I don't think I did. If I did, it was very forgettable. If I... don't worry, Firefly. Garrus can't get you now. No, we can't. No, we can't. Yeah. Oh, my puss puss. Puss puss. I watched the first animated movie they did. I did not care for it. Firefly. Adorable. Oh. Glad you're being cute and entertaining, cat. I pre-ordered Cyberpunk last night. So that's all November's games and consoles and whatever dealt with. It's all done. The third one? Wait, I thought this one coming was the third one. Is this one coming the fourth one? I thought it was only two before. Firefly. Yeah. Yeah. You know, Wesker. Hmm? You want some of this treatment? You don't tend to like it as this particular thing when I do it to you, though. You're more of a just rest against sort of cat. Vendetta. A V virus for Vendetta. That's what they should have called it. Yes, I knew you'd come back, Firefly. I knew you'd come back. A little menace. Oh, you want up in the lap? I'm probably gonna have to move you a bit comfortable though. Can I lean forward to start the movie? Honestly, actually, we'll probably wait for a bit because David's likely to appear in about half an hour or so. May as well wait. Lowers the chances of a second one, admittedly, but I started a little bit later than I normally do. And just chill a little bit till then. I do. I'll do. I'll go get that box of candy and read on the back what's actually in it. See if it actually matches what was in the photo. I'm always skeptical of wait, hold on. What was this tweet about PT? Man. Alright, okay. I know you will be able to download it in PS5, but can I transfer it from my PS4? That's the real question. That's what we're hoping for. Started playing Silent Hill 3. The controls are not good. They're not. They're all a bit weird. Oh no, I can't open it, Fletcher, until the Halloween stream. Has to remain sealed till then. I would trust myself not to eat some of the some of it because there's probably one or two things I've had before, and if I like them, The temptation is going to be. I suppose there's no reason why I shouldn't eat them beforehand if I've already had them. Yeah, controls being smooth is something that's really happened over time. So older games do feel a bit clunkier. Obviously, it varies from game to game, but it does happen. Yeah, go ahead and eat that Twinkie. There's a Twinkie in there? Oh, baby. Right, Firefly Shift. I'm not going to open it, I'm just going to read the back. Oh, all the titles are underlined. There's actually some Airheads in here. Airheads Cherry. Baby Ruth. Well, I have tried a Baby Ruth before. I remember it being alright. I remember it being kind of like just a slightly different version of like a Snickers kind of. Not the exact same, but similar genre of candy bar. Boston Baked Beans. Bubblicious Grape. Chewy Lemonhead Fruit Mix Minis. Chewy Lemonhead Tropical. Yeah, I won't be trying the Bubblicious because I like chewing gum, but Nerd Surf and Turf. Warheads Extreme Sour Singles. Laffy Taffy Assorted Minis. Jolly Rancher Hard Candy. Chocolatey Charleston Chew. Kool-Aid Strawberry and Kiwi. You got me Kool-Aid? Actually, you try to kill me. Reese's Big Cup. Yeah, I mean, I've had a peanut butter cup many a time. Not a big one, but I assume it tastes the same. It's just bigger. Swedish Fish. Twizzlers. Melt Duds. Warheads, Sour Chewy Cubes. And that's it. There's a lot of stuff. It's very heavy. Mm. No, no Cheetos yet. So I know Cindy sent them. They may have a slower post estimate though. A bunch of the boxes had killed them. Alright, okay. Tim's just messaged me about what movies we're doing this week. Do you have those little vending machines where you put in a quarter and gives you a handful of candy? Yeah, we have those. You tend to get them at like arcades and bowling alleys and stuff like that. Sometimes some of the supermarkets have a couple at the front of the store, but it tends to be more kind of amusement like places like arcades and bowling alleys. Okay. Yeah, it's unsealed candy, so it tends to not feel particularly fresh or hygienic. If I ever got anything out of those, it probably hasn't been since I was in single digits age wise. Remember that streams after midnight is this Saturday at 7:30 Pacific, 3:30 a.m. UK. Laffy Taffy is not about actual candy, it's about the dumb jokes in the wrapper. I imagine it'll probably be small kind on the in that box, so there probably won't be jokes on it. Oh, you found them. I'm glad. Damn it. I wonder if I'll compare it to anything that we have. I wonder if I'll try it and just be like, oh, this is just this with a different name. There's a good chance that I will. Or at least think it's similar to something else. Oh, Firefly is getting comfortable on my hoodie. I can't make too much eye contact with Firefly. If I make too much eye contact, he'll get up and come over and think that I want to give him attention. Even though I'm just appreciating that he's adorable over there. I am not going to dignify that joke with a response, Renegade. Quite frankly. Not going to dignify it with a response. You know, I almost got worried yesterday that there was like one less episode done for Octoberthon than I thought. And the reason why I thought that is because I got confused between two different Hellraiser movies that we've recorded for. So I actually worried that we only had one recorded and it was for after Octoberthon, but we actually do have 5 and 6 recorded, and the titles are so similar that I really confused myself. But luckily, you'll be getting a Hellraiser in Octoberthon. You'll be getting a Hellraiser in November. You're getting lots of Hellraiser sequels coming up. I know everyone's favorites. That and that stupid leprechaun. That's the average level of Laffy Taffy joke. Yeah, it's just Christmas cracker level stuff. Congrats on finishing Nightmare and Freddy. Yeah, that took a while. Longer than it should have done. We'll try and balance like older stuff and newer stuff a little bit more going forward. Obviously with the paternity leave, it'll all be classic stuff for a while, because that's all we can do in advance. But when we're back to recording concurrent episodes again after the break, we'll try and find a better balance. I think we have, by the time we get after paternity leave, we'll have probably 2 Leprechaun movies left, and maybe like 3 Hellraisers left. Sounds about right. Meaning that we should be primed next year to start another big franchise or 2. Maybe some Puppet Master. Perhaps, I know Tim likes the Children of the Corn series. Maybe dive into that a little bit. I don't know. Maybe the surprisingly long Wrong Turn franchise. You got options. You got options. Something like that. I don't mind them being long franchises. There's a couple of shorter ones that we technically started a while ago, and we're finally doing the second Rec movie for the zombie month. So we'll have two of those left as well when we come back. But that's not too bad. Scream's done as well, so that's another one ticked off the franchise to do list. Oh, we're working through the Hammer Dracula as well, which is like 7 of them or something like that. 7 or 8. And we're doing the third one for Vampire Month, which is January. So there'll likely be like 4 or 5 of those left by the time we're done. So that'll be the one that has the most entries left when we're done. But that started much later. That only started a few months ago, so that doesn't feel bad. That feels all right. It feels like the pacing of that one's actually decent so far. Do 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 do. Hmm. Uh, I'll see if I agree with that sentiment, Fletcher. I expect a lot of Buffy jokes in the first Wrong Turn review. What, because Eliza Dushku's in there? The star of the hit television show True Calling? Is that what it was called? I'm trying to remember what the title that was. I think it was True Calling. A lot of Buffy references in the Lovecraft Country finale, actually. The review of that is not the episode itself. She was also in Dollhouse, but the joke I was going for was picking a show that had nothing to do with Buffy. Dollhouse, well, not Buffy, is another Joss Whedon show, so. Right, everyone, join us. We're going to be watching 47 Meters Down Uncaged, which is on Amazon Prime, in the US at least. Elsewhere might vary. We'll be starting that in, I don't know, half an hour or something like that. Just chatting for a bit first. Talking about Mail Fuzz TV content if there's any questions or whatever random crap's going on in the world of pop culture. Uncaged is part 2. It is, yes. I'm sure I've told this story, but one time I saw Eliza Dushku at a Women in Television panel at San Diego Comic Con. Sounds vaguely familiar. Ah, yes, that's part. Yes. I remember the correction part. Well, she's worked with him a few times. Maybe she felt defensive. Her good friend has been misnamed. Let's go. Whatever happened to that whole Ray Fisher mess? I believe they're still investigating. At least the last we heard, Warner Brothers were investigating to see if there was any misconduct or whatever. Maybe she felt that too. Maybe that's why she was so quiet. Do, do, do. I kind of wish he phrased it that way, Fletcher. Now you've put it that way. He was so mean. Bum. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Yeah, Lovecraft Country being over kind of means like part of the show I was looking forward to watching most weeks is gone. Uh, Schedule wise though, Star Trek Discovery just started, so it doesn't really fill that slot, but it's something else in the week, content wise, which is nice. And the first episode was somewhat promising. So Wesker's decided to relocate to his throne. Did I watch Lower Decks? I watched the first couple of episodes, and I have the intention of binging the rest of it at some point because it was amusing enough. I mean, I've spoken about this before. I can totally see him being a dick on set. I just don't know if him being a dick on set is that big of a deal. Unprofessional, sure. It's it's weird though because apparently I had a snooty attitude about how bad Zack Snyder's movie was, and it's really hard to separate myself from the fact that I hate Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman. So I'm like, I mean, it probably was a really bad movie. I guess like some of the actors though really were passionate about it and cared about their work and loved working with Snyder. I don't know, it's a weird thing. I try to not talk about it too much though, because people probably feel like I have too much of a bias for multiple reasons on the subject. So I stay fairly reserved in my comments. Ah, hey Cindy. Ah, the Snyder Cut. Oh, hope you're in the mood for sharks, Cindy. We got sharks coming tonight. No, no, Fletcher. Don't go pointing out all the bullshit and hypocrisy and lies. Let's not hurt the narrative too much now. The whole thing's a shit show from start to finish. Everything about it. And people who have like replied to me on Twitter whenever I've like mocked it or something, and like talking about how no, it's just passionate fans who care about an artistic vision which was stolen from an artist. That's all it is. I didn't even hashtag anything. You're looking for people talking about this to argue with them. So just basically fuck off. That's the short answer. I have no time for it. I have no time for any of that nonsense. I'll tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to put a maybe put the old PC in the main room so I can just watch stuff on the big proper TV and stream from in there. You know you're doing a review though. I mean, yes, I'll review it. I, if you're thinking just take the PC into the other room, moving a PC is actually kind of a pain. Like, there's a lot of connections. For one, I mean, my PC doesn't even have a Wi-Fi card because I don't need one, so I'd have to deal with like an Ethernet cable like trailing somewhere. Uh, Two, there's a lot of things to connect and reconnect with a PC. You got the mouse, the keyboard. You've got a connection to. I mean, in here I've got it connected to three screens, so that'd be three connections that'd be taken out that I'd have to like bother with putting back in when I bring it back. And it's after that, my camera's connected to it, so I'd have to take a camera. Uh, the mic it doesn't really have anywhere to go in the other room. I'd have to buy like a dedicated mic stand, probably. What else is connected to it? I've got like I've got an external hard drive connected to it that I'd have to disconnect. There's just so much shit to disconnect to move it. I'm sure I'll do it at some point when I'm feeling like I'm up to the effort, but yeah, well, actually that's the downside. If I have a computer in there to stream from, then I'll have to have like a separate mic and camera and all that other shit. Hmm. Not very cost effective. Much less stressful though. Yeah, just so I can watch stuff on the big TV. Or the surround sound. Well, I suppose the surround sound may not be on. I may have to use headphones still, but still. You know what I means. Do 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 do. Do you really need two computers for streaming? No, not for streaming. We're watching 47 meters down uncaged, Cindy. This is more about having like moving a computer and all the stuff connected to it to another room back and forth is a lot of effort. Like, you know, PS4 and presumably the PS5 I'll be moving around all the time, but that's quite easy. That's just two cables and that's it. Computer's got tons of shit connected to it. I think the bigger issue is that I would know I'd have to move it back relatively quickly. And it'd feel like such a chore. Because I'd have to move it back to, like, you know, do reviews and shit like that. And just, you know, edit. And any other work that I normally do on it. Plus, for some reason, like the mic and camera are really fussy about what USB ports you're using. And the amount of troubleshooting I'd have to deal with would be annoying. If I can make it through this movie because I've been up since 5:30 this morning for work, but I feel responsible for seeing this through. Yeah, this is your fault, Fletcher. This is your fault. I was looking at the cast list earlier. Stargirl's in it before she was Stargirl, which probably isn't saying much. The general buzz does not seem to be good, but there may be some shark-related fun. Shark-related shenanigans. Shark shenanigans. Frills of a fish variety. And I intentionally said frills there, not thrills. I'm not entirely sure the director knows what water is. Honestly, that makes me excited. It makes me excited that we're about to watch something really stupid. And I'm okay with that. Families get mad, Cindy. I wouldn't worry about it. There should be self-distancing and isolating and generally locking it down. Has there been many rap songs yet about locking down? Locking that shit down. I don't know. What am I saying? I don't even know anymore. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I think you have a rap career. Oh dear. Do, 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 do. Other Scottish rappers. I mean, there's probably a couple of embarrassing ones, I imagine, but I'm hardly into the rap scene, Fletcher, so I couldn't tell you. Leprechaun in the Hood. Is he gonna be up to no good, or whatever the lyric was? It's the you recorded a review on Sunday for Leprechaun in the Hood. We did indeed. That Fright Night and another vampire movie by the name of The Transfiguration was recorded on Sunday. Hey David, you've graced us with your presence. Do, do. Do, 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 do. Not much else to do in the Taco Bell drive-through. Oh. Alright, we'll wait for you to get home before we watch the movie. Because I'm feeling that nice, David. Hear me? I'm feeling that nice. Do 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 do. Is it more beneficial for you if I listen to the podcast or play it on YouTube in the background? Good question. Uh, I would say YouTube is probably slightly more beneficial, just in the sense that watch time, hitting the like button, all that stuff is really good for the algorithm. Um, that said, though, I'm not sure. Like, I mean, both is good. Obviously, I have no problem with both. Uh, I mean, the podcasts are obviously good too, though, because the more views they get, or the more listens they get, I should say, uh, means they might find more of an audience too. So, that said, though, YouTube does get a little bit of ad revenue. So if you let the ad play, that's definitely good. What I will say though, for anyone who does ever click on something to just sort of help out with the numbers, um, if you are going to click on something just to hit the like button, never just do it and close the video, because hurting the average watch time is actually really bad for it. So if you are going to let something play, then let it play. But that'd be my one request. Can I open and close the video just to click dislike? No, how dare you? The things that are important on YouTube are obviously views, more so average watch time, and like buttons super important. Yes, and comments are also good. I don't know what the order of importance is. Probably watch time, likes, and then comments, but I don't actually know. I don't actually know what the order of importance is. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ho 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 ho. Dun 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 dun. Oh, Tyler's appeared. Welcome, welcome. Actually, do you know what the best thing on YouTube is? Falling asleep when you've got a playlist of ours on. So it plays through like 10 videos while you're asleep. That is the best thing you can do. That's why playlists are so good. The amount of people on YouTube that I have helped so much because I'll fall asleep listening to like a video that's in a playlist, and I'll wake up and it's played through like 15 videos all the way through, and I'm like, "Oh, you're welcome, Mister Video Game Streamer. You're welcome." I do stream on Mondays a lot though, to be fair, Fletcher. So it makes sense that if he's got a day that he always goes to Taco Bell, if it lines up with a day that I usually stream, it might seem like he's always there. In fact, something I might do. You know, I've been tempted to make a top 10 games of the generation since we're hitting the end of the cycle with the new consoles coming next month. I'm wondering if that should be like a goal for a recording on a live stream. Like just one of those one night ones. Doesn't really fit the Halloween stream. That should all be kind of like unique and maybe spooky related things. Terminator, you owe me a shilling. Did I already plug the 12-hour stream? I don't think I did yet. I plugged streams after midnight though, because that's the Saturday. But you're right, the Halloween 12-hour stream, which is Thursday next week, from Well, there's not an exact time, but it's around 7 UK, 11 Pacific. Well, there'll be guest appearances. There's none planned as of yet, but maybe I'll talk to some peoples. Matt Orby Riot. I don't think Matt's ever been on a live stream before. And given that he's taking a break from the podcast right now, due to his mental health, it may be a bit of a stretch to say, "Hey Matt, do you want to be on live?" Just to make it a bit more pressure. That does not sound like a healthy thing to do, but sure. Oh, the points not reset every night? Is it a seasonal score, David? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I was thinking all time, but yeah, it's rolling. Okay. We shall see. We shall see. Damn, you got Batman the animated series from. I literally did look a couple of bars of it. Well done, Fletcher. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ha, hey, ha, hey. No, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Oh, Elsa. Everyone just took a bit longer tonight. But the gang's mostly all here. Yes, that was the Mask of Phantasm variant, especially, yes. Do 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, I'll shut up now. Probably because my voice is getting tired. Oh dear. What's the movie? 47 Meters Down Uncaged, which is the sequel. We did the first one last year at some point on stream. It's on Amazon Prime, so fairly easy to access for at least people in the US. Or if you've got a Prime or a VPN, rather. That said, in the UK it's on Netflix. Amazon's got better quality though, so I'm going to watch it on Amazon. Can I watch part of it? I can watch part of it. So anyone who's watching via a browser can just let me control it for them. Everyone else can sync up. Yeah, we'll watch party. We'll watch party. Oh. Would people like a one night goal for a live recording later? I'm gonna take a drink of my water before it goes too warm. I've been toying with the top 10 games of the generation at some point. I always like more content to put out during the week. Turning on the TV. Turning on the TV. Right, let's mute that. Let's connect that. Wait, why is that? Signal. Television. That's a good idea. You should put some thought in beforehand, though. Some thought? I mean, the top 10, it's not that complicated. I mean, I don't have put that much thought into this one particularly. Oops. Oh, that's the wrong one. Shit. No, I was just thinking of top 10 games of the generation recording. Not that dissimilar to doing a tier video, really. But I happen to keep track of this anyway, so my list is kind of already done. Where are we? Don't worry, David. I've been keeping track. I've been keeping track since the PS4 and Xbox One came out, okay? Yes, generation, as in games that came out from November 2013 through to... You're right. Well, Elder Scrolls isn't even in this generation, rude boy. There wasn't an Elder Scrolls this generation. Skyrim was on the PS3 and 360. That's good news, David. In fact, GTA is not in this generation either. Now I'm thinking about it. GTA 5 was a PS3 360 as well. Skyrim and GTA were just ports. Neither of them had new games this gen. So they're not eligible anyway, regardless of my taste. Wait, why did searching for the movie not come up with that? Oh, it's because I'm on UK. What a silly sausage I am. Can I watch 47 Meters Down if I don't have the sequel? I mean, I'm not going to stop you. Um, It'd be my list anyway, Red Boy. So yes, you're right. If they were eligible, I wouldn't be picking them. But that's the whole point. It's my top 10. I won't make a new bar for it though. I'll just where's my thing? The cage is digitally removed. I mean, it's at 0 just now, so it's quite easy to just say 50. If we hit 50 tonight, I'll do a top 10 games of the generation live recording. I was thinking of doing some work after we were done streaming anyway, so. Okay. Great watch party. Copy link. It's the Snyder cut of shark movies. Alright, so anyone who wants to watch on Amazon via a browser can click on that link and it'll work. No, what they should do, Rude Boy, is the third movie should be called 47 Meters Down Recaged, and that's the one Nick Cage is in. If it's uncaged, there's no cage. There's no Nick Cage. But you recage. So you have him instead of a cage. You used to have Nicolas Cage like hugging the actors to, to shield them from the sharks. Oh. Oh. Mm. The Dharma shark. I'm gonna guess that's Tyler. I don't think David's a Lost fan. I was actually watching a look back at the generation earlier, and I'd totally forgotten uh, about online codes to play multiplayer when they were trying to stop used games from being sold, and also Microsoft points when you had to buy you had to buy like Microsoft's currency to then spend on Xbox Live. You couldn't just spend real money like directly. How stupid that was. So much has changed. So much has changed. Well, hopefully, Tyler, I can help cheer you up after your bad week with some silliness and shenanigans and whatever else is that we do here. Just look at how much FIFA games have changed this generation. Yeah, I think I do need to do more like top tens and stuff though. I feel like a lot more random top tens, whether it's just me or like just a simple little thing that I'm doing with one of the others. It's such good evergreen content. I mean, admittedly, I'm doing the generations one because it's very relevant right now, but and maybe there's other reasons to do relevant top tens, but Deep Blue Sea. I mean, yeah, it is. It's a shark movie. It's not like a super horror movie, but it definitely counts. Shark nanigans. You've taken that too far, Rick. You've went too far. You've flown too close to the sun. Uh, is there anyone else going to join the watch party? Because I got Fletcher and I assume Tyler so far. I assume David was going to join too, but unless you're watching another way, David, in which case I understand. Christopher's got his fish at the ready. Christopher, who, if I recall, was instrumental in Fletcher's win. Oh, Connor's commented on something. I don't watch Party with Seas Creatures. Every 108 minutes, the button must be pushed. Damn right. Connor loves sharing what he thinks will be bad news with me. Damn, Lost was so good. Lost is a prime candidate for an already cancelled at some point. You know, you'll be doing Patreon that month? Have you got a plan? What's your plan? Also, there's a fox now in the watch party chat. um, or a little doggy. He's more of a dog than a fox. Red for Connor, unless he's already doing it. Then it's red for you, unless you're already doing it. Then it's Legion for Connor. Wait, I'm confused. Wait, so in theory, you're going to make Connor read the first? Oh, thanks, Cindy. Oh, the gifts even get an orange tint on it. Thank you, Cindy. Wait, so you're going to make Connor read the first Red Hood two-parter, and then you're going to make me read the second part? Am I reading that right? Assuming neither of us are already reading it? Yes, Legion is with Bendis and Rosmo. There's the other patron who's been like changing books every month for Connor, who's making him read Robin King this month. I was fully expecting him to go with Legion come January, but I mean I could be wrong. That's going to be an awful book. I mean, I like Bendis typically. Oh, not always. I mean, some of his team stuff does get a bit bogged down. And I'm definitely not a Rosmo guy. But, you know. I do enjoy the humor of it all, though. I'm just happy I'm up to date on my American Vampire for a change. I was a month behind for like 3 months. I finally got caught up last month. So I've got Animal Man issue 2 to do this month, as well as whatever issue of Vampire I'm on. Rosman wasn't too bad on that first Robin King short story. No, for the first one only. It's Connor on Red Hood. However, if he's already going to read it, I don't want to waste my pick, so I'll change my pick to Red Hood for you. Okay. Sure. Well, you've got a backup, so. Second month will depend on the first month. Alright. You've got a plan. Alright, well, I guess we're getting ready to watch the movie then. I'll get my headphones ready. And I know you can't hear the GIF audio when it plays, but I can. So I will not miss any pippies. Alright, so watch party people. You are... Also, David, did you join with the name Tyler? So today while watching an Ace episode, I was thinking that maybe you can do a video where instead of thanking your producer level patrons, you could thank your $1 patrons as a once a year thing. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Maybe that's like a Christmas thing. Like an end of year thing. No, you're Dharma Shark. Ah, okay. So Tyler's just Tyler. Fair enough. That's not a bad idea, Elsa. If not at Christmas, maybe when we hit 10,000 subs, we'll do a thing, and then I'll thank everyone. Who's a patron at a time. I suspect some shenanigans. What Ace episode were you watching, Elsa? I'm curious. Alright. So, obviously, people in Watch Party can just relax and let me hit play. Anyone else? Pause Teehee. I suspect shenanigans. Uh, so, um, okay. So everyone else have the movie paused at 0. Oh, Inception, cool. Everyone pause your movie at 0. And luckily this is only 90 minutes, so it's a nice easy watch. I'm just gonna keep the light on for this one. This feels like a light and breezy one. So pause your movie at 0 if you're not in the watch party. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1 and press play. We are watching Uncaged. Sorry, we're watching 47 meters down, Uncaged. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. I like a strong bit of brass. This Lionsgate is definitely better than the Gears one they had before. It feels more movie and prestigious and cinematic. How many shark deaths do you think there's going to be? I am going to guess 5. Elsa's watching the wrong movie. No, how many sharks? Oh, yeah, I expect low. I expect like 2 or 3 sharks. The Fizz Pictures. What a name. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I'd like to be able to stream them in room now too. Because, I mean, this movie's like streaming in 4K on Amazon. I could be watching this on the big 4K TV. With all 4 of the Ks. Sistine Stallone? Is that related? Is this person related to Sylvester? No, no, no. Is it a Rambo? I mean, it's got an H in it, but still, there's someone called Rambo. There's Stargirl. Um, I don't know if Garbage is what we watched with Leprechaun in the Hood. Then this cannot be that bad. Is that his daughter? Oh, we have daughter of Rambo and Asian Rambo, by the sounds of it, by the H in the name. Might not be. I have no idea. I'm going purely based on the H. T-Shop Production Company. Ew. Yeah, Bert Messenger's the Stargirl. She's on the Stargirl TV show. You gotta love when a 90-minute movie has a nice solid 2-minute opening title sequence to stall. Like, we're determined to actually make this hit 90 minutes, so everyone thinks we're a real movie. When there's nothing wrong with being short, I want to make that clear. There is nothing wrong with a movie being like 75 minutes if that's what the perfect runtime for your story is. That is perfectly fine. I'm more making fun of the desire to like hit an arbitrary number. I wonder if Stallone's daughter's got the lip that he has. So one of the things that Fletcher shared the review earlier. I think it was Fletcher. That one of the reviews said that the director didn't know what waters is. So I'm fascinated to watch the water physics in particular and see how it plays out. I get that, Rude Boy. I probably thought that was a kid. But as an adult, I feel differently. I feel like actually analysing it, some movies are better being short. It's a very slow motion dive into the water. Oh, oh, Stargirl's is a mean girl in this. On Stargirl, she's like this goody two shoes. Like, there is something really comfortable about the sequel going with high school kids. I don't know. There's something really comfortable. Uh, just it feels like an '80s sequel in that sense. It's still probably going to suck. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. Was the girl in the water? Is that still on? Nah, because she wasn't first build. I assume this girl's first build. Is having an outdoor pool in your school a thing? Uh, maybe in a warm climate. Because I mean, my school never even had a pool at all. Never mind an outdoor one. The other school in town did have a pool though. What about Jeff Bridges? Is he okay? Aiden of Sex in the City. I'm glad you're here to tell me about that. Oh, that's a shame. What? Yeah, what is this setup exactly? Is this like an all-American school in Mexico? What's happening here? I'm confused by this. Oh, so they're just living in Mexico, but they go over the border to go to school. The sense of confusion will last the entire movie. There's a good possibility. I haven't liked Big Lebowski that much, but I love Jeff Bridges and tons of stuff. There you go. Fletcher's geography's paid off to disprove David's theory. I was about to ask what you meant, Elsa, and then I realised you're watching the first movie. That's what you mean. I have to admit, I like the setup of the dad's an explorer looking for like lost cities underwater more than a bunch of shitty college students who are on vacation. I prefer the setup so far. This one. I'm still confused by the school situation though. Yeah, I wonder if that'll shut down Cindy with the pandemic. Yes, but we've established that this is not near the border though, right? We're too far away for that. There's nothing wrong with that trope, rude boy. I can sense the snark. I guess, Elsa. I mean, maybe there was a lot of Mexican kids in the background, but it looked like all, for the most part, it looked all either like I think there was like one Asian girl, but there was a lot of white people. So I don't know. It's just weird. I would never have assumed it was Mexico if they hadn't told me specifically afterwards. I never knew there was all English schools in Mexico. It's interesting to know. Is that just because enough Americans live there? Would you believe it? The Billies are here. The blonde in the Jeep's the Stallone daughter. You think? She doesn't sound like Stallone though. That should have been. Sure, I can't do a Stallone voice. You know what? I tried a word and I'm like, no, I can't do it. I don't know why a middle finger was that much of a slight. It's a pretty normal thing for kids to give to each other. But she literally should just been slighted. Yeah, I could see that, Tyler. You're right. That's a bit of a trope. I mean, her sister's friends don't seem that bad. They're kind of standoffish with her, but so are they going to get out of trouble on their own in the water? I was giving real people the benefit of the doubt, but sure. Maybe the shark is the victim of this. Yeah, maybe the building is in the water and the shark's just like, ah, what are you doing to me? Oh dear. Oh, they have a little raft. It's a terrible idea. Yeah, the drone has given so many little indie movies the chance to have aerial shots. But now she chose to jump in. We already have a character arc. This is already showing layers and drama and depth and is this just going to train me to never go in the water in Mexico? Because I might get eaten. I never thought of Mexico as having dangerous waters. Not like Australia with all those pesky crocodiles. Yeah, she's already evolved and taken the jump. Instead of falling in with no control, she jumped in with confidence, and there we go, movie done. If anyone had zero sharks in the pool, then you won. That one girl already has like 4 tattoos. And I remember teenagers having tattoos when I was still in high school, but it's one of those things where they've already got actors who are too old to be teenagers that whenever I see them having a lot of tattoos or having facial hair, which again, I kind of had facial hair in high school, but it's one of those things where it looks different on someone that young. So it's just one of those things that feels like it points out to me that these actors are older than they're supposed to be. I'm just joking, Elsa, because the movie's doing it. It is notable that both of them are set in Mexico, though. Like, the directors of these really think they're sharks in Mexico, apparently. Yeah. But there's a big difference between 18 and 20 and, like, the 16 that there's probably supposed to be. Maybe 17. Wait, the sister was born in 94? She was, yeah, she's like at way in her 20s by the time this is in. There's rumored to be Mayan caves, and they're convincing her to use her diving experience to take them under. There've been 39 attacks since 1907. That sounds like a good amount. Like a nice low amount for that over a century. Yeah, I mean, I remember a couple of kids having a tattoo when I was still in high school, like, you know, in the last year or two before we left. But it's one of those things where I see like 4 tattoos in someone, I just go, yeah, I don't buy you as a 16-year-old. You're clearly someone who's like 23. Yeah, that's not a bad ratio. Wait, do they have like communicators to hear each other? They must have, right? Oh yeah, you're right. The ears are exposed. How are they hearing each other? We're getting like this. It sounds like they're speaking through like a not even a comm system. It sounds different to that, but coconuts are deadly. Damn! Don't sit under a coconut tree, people. They were just regular sharks. Like, if they were underwater, I would just argue they've got really tiny earbuds in, like the end of Avengers. But you can't argue that when they're usually exposed underwater. Makes it harder to swallow at the very least. A secret Atlantean. Yes, yes. This is an Aquaman spin off. So it's in the extended Aquaman cinematic universe. Right, cursed Mayan sharks? I hope so. Oh, I don't know how to swim, Elsa. There's a lot of really basic things I never bothered learning to do, but I did learn to swim because it seemed important. What? I had a thing pop up. It sounds like they're all in like a tank together with a dialogue. Yeah, I had lessons in school. My primary school, which is like our grade school, all took us to like a swimming pool with an instructor to teach us all. So a few of us already knew. I didn't know. That's when I learned. It's never too late to learn how to swim, Elsa. You don't even really need like a proper instructor. Like anyone who knows how to swim could just go to a pool with you and kind of talk you through it until it kind of clicks. Whoa! Okay. Okay, so I'm assuming that there's already been people down here setting up all these lights. I don't hate the music. Plus, Star Wars is trash. You don't want to think about it anyway, Tyler. Is my advice. Connor's opinion is and forever shall be compromised. Yeah, he almost directed Return of the Jedi, Renegade. Wait, are you ahead? I ain't seen no shark yet. Or are you just talking about when she said something moved? David Lynch would have made the best Star Wars movie ever if he'd actually done it. I know that's why I'm questioning it, David. I'm worried that the watch party's doing something weird. That's all. I'm just checking. Just checking for malfunctions. Elsa's watching a different movie, so I'm not worried about her comments. Dune was a phenomenal film. Oh yeah, you teen girls are the first human this thing's ever encountered. Did that fish just scream? The fish just audibly screamed in deep water. So are we going to do a thing here where they've accidentally released Mayan sharks by knocking over that pillar? Is that what we're getting here? How dare you, Fletcher? This dude's so dying first, isn't he? I was 2 seconds before it. Oh, my timing there couldn't have been better. It's been 8 weeks since you looked at me. Then, ever said I'm sorry. Whoa! Are these blind cave sharks? Is that what they're doing? Oh no, the shark trapped them. The shark intentionally trapped them by bringing down a ceiling. The real question is how are the bully group going to get involved now? Because they're obviously going to show up again. Otherwise, we wouldn't have spent so much time introducing them. Alexa, get us out of cave. Alexa, get us out of cave. Alexa, call for help. Oh, they're confirmed blind. They're all condescending. I mean, people who like to correct stuff in movies tend to be quite condescending about it. Remember that fake fish tank that was filled with jelly and you could put fake bubbles in the little hot tub thing? That's what this movie reminds me of. Yes. Well, I did audibly laugh at the fish screaming for those very reasons. That was a monumentally stupid moment. Monumental. We're at one death. Let it be known. One death, one shark. It'd just be one shark for the whole movie if they're playing with this. Unless they do a thing later on. It's like, oh no, there's actually like 3 of them. We're really screwed. Elsa's random comments about the first movie are amusing. You never knew that a fish didn't have lungs. That's true. I didn't know that for sure. You're right. But I'm pretty sure they didn't have vocal cords though. I'm pretty sure that fish of almost all kinds don't make any real noise. I don't think a singing fish on the wall counts, David. Just putting that out there. I know it's a radical thought that maybe you disagree with. The problem with this movie, conceptually, is that by its very nature, that once they're in the water, we're underwater for like most of the movie until they like maybe start to get out towards the end. And it means that visually it's kind of like repetitive to look at. Yeah, I mean frogs make noises, but reptiles are not fish. They're reptiles. I have to admit, the singing fish is more of an American, I'd presumably Mexican thing, because I've never seen one in person. I have only seen them in movies and stuff. Okay, sorry, amphibians. You know what I meant? They're not fish. Oh dear. Reptiles are actually evolutionally closer to birds than they are amphibians. That kind of makes sense actually, especially when you link them both to dinosaurs. There's kind of some correlations between them. I mean, I'd offer a frog month on streams, but I don't think we could find enough frog related movies to fill it. Oh no! Hell comes to Frogtown. Hey, it's in the vote. It's in one of the votes right now on Patreon. Do Muppet movies count? Turtles are easy because turtles have Teenage Mutant Ninja variety, and there's 5 of those. Dun, 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 dun. I am familiar with the movie Frogs. I haven't seen it, but I'm familiar with it. Tim's at 109 movies, just in case anyone was curious. Dino DNA. There's 3 Frogtown movies. Really? Oh, that's the little underwater drone or whatever it is. Oh, just hold on to its fin. It can't bite you if you're on its fin. Max Hell Frog Warrior? They're just straight up going into the Mad Max ripoff, like full swing. This is how they've got a chance of surviving because the shark's blind. If they stay still, they're basically playing by T-Rex rules. Oh, the shark's done a 180. Retreat! Retreat! No, it was the oxygen counter, Fletcher. That said, though, it still shouldn't really be making that much noise underwater. But I do. I'll appreciate that it should have a vibrating warning on it. Oh yeah, it's impossible. They're all like in dark underwater, wearing masks. Like they're wearing similar outfits. There's at least 3 different ethnicities, and it's still impossible to tell them apart underwater like this. Oh, they found a little pocket of air. Well, yeah, but they had like a beeping noise. You don't hear beeping underwater like that, though, do you? I get the water's a good sound conductor, but I don't think you can hear things well underwater. Maybe there's an argument that an audio receiver can hear things underwater, but I don't think our ears are really good at it. For example, the communication. How far are we in this? 44 minutes. Oh. This is where we're going to find the billies. They're going to almost get out, and then just when they think they're safe, one of the billies is going to get eaten. There's a gap! We can all buy shirts and jeans! Yes, follow the 80s music. Man, underwater welding montage. Honestly, if a movie opened up with like a camera slowly, tracking in to an underwater welder, it would get me pumped for the movie. It would. It was meant to come out this year and it got delayed a year. Although I don't think it got delayed because of the pandemic. I think it just got delayed before all that stuff really started delaying things. The poster's pretty nice though. And who knows? I mean, the Texas Chainsaw movies are so up and down in quality that who knows what it's going to be like. You're fine, Elsa. Just breathe. Just breathe. Oh, that was it. You're right. You're right. That was it. We talked about it in the news. We talk about so much shit in the news, though I forget most of it by the time things actually come out. By the way, there was no streams news this week just because there was no news to really talk about. I looked through it for news yesterday when recording, and there was nothing. Well, almost nothing. Nothing big or notable. Yeah, her dad uh, is involved or something, and then they mentioned that they're renovating or excavating or something. I don't necessarily catch the minutia with some of these dumber movies when we're watching them on stream, but they did bring something up to do with it. Wait, where's the music actually playing from? Also, that shark is stuck. This is the Michael Myers shark. Maybe it's because I've never heard music underwater, quite, coming from within the water. But I don't feel like the audio would sound as clear as just hearing it play normally. Maybe that's just because I've never actually heard sound coming from underwater. But I don't trust this movie because it's already made fundamental mistakes in other ways. Yeah, that alarm sounded fine. And I get, obviously, it flashing is a big deal because the light would stand out underwater, obviously, because otherwise it's pitch black. If anything, that's the biggest thing that we have to forgive all these movies is that usually when they're underwater, they have to just kind of like bend the rules of how much you would actually see, just so we can actually, see the movie. I know, Christopher, right? Yeah, Wesker, do you not care about the shark movie? Huh? I do not remember the ending of the first movie at all. Oh no, I do remember the twist. I do remember the twist. Now I'm thinking about it. Okay. It's less a twist than more of a cheap trick that other movies do better. Yeah, it's at the end of Planet of the Apes, quite right. You did it. God damn it, you crazy bastards, you did it. And you're mine. See this? Okay. Using sound to like redirect the sharks, not a bad idea. Conceptually. As a movie mechanic. You comfy, Wesker? Are you not feeling the shark movie? Puss puss. That is terrifying, Christopher. There's 35 minutes left. So don't get too excited about them finding the outside world. Good question. Would the dead ones be attacked if the girls weren't there? Yeah, that's a really good question. Them knocking over that pillar might have been the... Oh no! The blind shark is coming. Is he going to jump and get the one who's up? Don't ruin the line. Ah, there's two. Oh, great. Her head's dipping side down. Ah, that'd have been a good kill. They should have went through with that. And then the one who's like climbing up would have been really guilty. Wait, she's actually going to get out? No, fall, fall. Yeah, she has to fall because you can't let the coward one who endangers everyone else survive. That's just the rule. There goes the mentor figure. Yeah, that was that. Do you know what it was though? But Samuel L. Jackson was like the angry, like motivational speech. He was actually being very calm. He was being like sort of gentle and understanding, and he still got the big Samuel L. Jackson death. I guess I'm criticizing for not having the energy and passion that Sam Jackson did in that scene. Deep Rising was a fun movie. Wasn't a good movie per se, but there was entertainment value. That alarm surely won't last forever. Is anyone shocked that the light came up at one point and the shark was just there? Uh, Probably not, Bob. Probably not. Yeah, clearly the sharks were just regrouping before because they had him eat, and then, or they had one person eating, and so they're like, well, we'll give them 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and eat the other dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. At most, it's going to be the two sisters surviving, and even then, there's a good chance that one will sacrifice for the other. But the third girl's not making it. What do you know when you can't have a self? What would you? Oh, she didn't get eaten. There's always a chance they'll do the surprise she's okay at the end thing. Which would be bullshit, but it's a movie, so they might try and pull that. I think so, Tyler, yeah. This current's reminded me a lot of Finding Nemo. I guess a lot of this could theoretically remind me of Finding Nemo given the setting, but you know what I mean. That's why they're after the humans, Renegade. They've decided the fish are friends, therefore the humans need to be food. Ugh. I think there's too much of it underwater, and because there's too much of it underwater, there's too much like sort of big CGI moments. I think not having that option forced filmmakers in the past to kind of balance how much they're in the water, how much they're out the water, to give it a pacing. Is it this guy? Or was it the guy who did the first one? I can't remember. And maybe this one. You're right. It was one of these two movies. Was that director? Yeah, I would say so, Elsa. I kind of enjoyed the Blake Lively one. It's not a great movie. Like it's got some B movie nonsense in it, but I think it has a better premise. And the ending's wonderfully ridiculous, but it's alright. Plus Blake Lively's in a bikini like the whole movie, so I mean that's something. Oh no! Is the sister getting it? Oh, it's just a backpack. It's just a tank. She herself has not been bit yet. This is just kind of a mess of images at this point. Yeah, it's kind of a mess of images at this point. It's hard to follow. Sure, the Billy has to factor back. Wait, is the Billy not going to get involved in the water? Is the Billy just for the ending when they get out of the water and she stands up to her? Is that all the Billy's going to be there for? That's true, David. I never actually saw open water. I mean, I don't know how much to judge this, like judge this director on this movie because the Resident Evil movie is not going to be all underwater, so it may be better. She has to show back up. There is no way we don't see that Billy again. No way. One thing's for sure, their lives will never, ever be the same again. Like that. Hey, an aquatic Resident Evil movie was so bad. Although I'd want to be inside like a deep sea water station, not like actually out in the water. But that's another debate for another time. That's true. That's true. Resident Evil 4 had a lot of shower scenes in it with slow motion. Maybe the most egregious use of slow motion in the entire franchise, and that is saying something. You know what? Strangers Pray at Night wasn't a badly directed movie. It wasn't as good as the first one, by any means. There was a couple of really good scenes. It overall wasn't that good, but I'd say that's more promising than this one for future stuff. Not that I hate this movie. I think the problem is that a lot of the underwater stuff is just kind of like the same thing to look at over and over again. And the characters are, it's hard to tell who's who most of the time. And you just know this was a pain in the arse to shoot because it was so much water stuff. Maybe chance it. What we got? 18 minutes left. Oh, I didn't notice. I wasn't paying attention to them. There's no air in there anyway. Was that actually counting down seconds to when there was zero air? Also, did you just tell her to hold her breath? I think she knows to hold her breath. Like, I don't know if that's something you have to actually tell them in this situation. She's looking for she's looking for like a little small crack with some air. Oh, come on. Yeah, you just have to go home and tell your mum that her husband's dead. Right. Does one of them get grabbed by a shark now? Just when they think they've made it out. Or are we just gonna cut? Did we just gonna cut? No, we didn't. Okay. Is this where we finally meet our first Mexican? Wait, is one of them bleeding? Quality reference, Fletcher. He's throwing chum over the water. Do you know what? I will say this. At least this funny little, like, sort of circumstance explains why the sharks are still going to be here to bite them. Because one of the most weird things about it is how much they, Oh, there's the bully! We got the Billy. I did see Shark Night 3D. I don't remember anything about it, but I'm sure I watched it at home at some point. Oh, good. The crew have noticed that there's people needing help. Hey, look, she jumped back in with confidence again. Look at the slow motion face. Look at this. Oh, someone's been watching Paul W.S. Anderson movies. Wait, I mean, I get that it would still hurt, but the shark's blind, so getting shot in the eye doesn't mean as much. This has started to border on egregious slow motion. Just a little bit. Oh, it's the tooth that she got from her dad. Uh, this slow motion is worrying me more for this Resident Evil movie than anything else, to be honest. Now, both of them have been bit. There's the. Push her in. Go on, push the Billy in. Huh? That was it. It was the Billy was just for a stare down once you get out of the water. I thought her whole because the Billy has a whole group of friends. I thought that was like fodder for kills. I mean, I guess it makes sense this little like boat tour was on still because they only had so much air. So I guess the movie took place more or less in real time. And credits. Okay. This is your blind shark out for revenge in part 2. 8 minutes of credits? That's quite a lot, actually. I guess it was a lot of effects work. I'm skimming through. There doesn't look like there's anything else, like post credit or anything like that. Take my headphones off. Let the old ears breathe. Ooh, that was middling. It had the startings of a fine B movie shark thing, but all the underwater stuff was kind of just hard to follow, and therefore kind of boring. A couple of silly moments aside, the screaming fish really made me think it was going to be more silly, and the ending was pretty silly with just how much they were getting bit and whatnot. Tim gave this 3.5 stars. Interesting. Away from Netflix cancelled. Oh, goody. I feel like making it multiple sharks kind of lowered it. If they only had a few to start, keep that throughout. Constantly adding more just felt cheap. Yeah. It's a slasher movie with sharks, a splasher movie, if you will. I'll see myself. What are you waiting for? Some sort of bark? I ain't serious. I'm a goddamn shark. Excellent question, Elsa. Excellent question. I don't mind that there was 8 minutes of credits, honestly, because it means that we were done quicker. No more, no more stupid movie. We're done. That's 5 horror from the deep down. Oh yes. 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 Therapy, I agree. I agree indeed. For the Fizz pictures. Fizz. Not even the good stuff. um, I don't know. I don't know which one I think's better, to be honest. I like they both have share some problems, but they also both have very different problems as well. There's a variety of things between them. Shot in Dominican Republic and United Kingdom. That notably does not say Mexico. Wait, the UK. Actually, do you know what? I bet the UK was a studio. I bet a lot of the underwater stuff was in the UK. That'll be like one of the big studios with big tanks, probably. Because none of the outside stuff was the UK. I can tell you right now. Yeah, Pinewood. Yeah, Pinewood's in England. Pinewood. Because Pinewood was either Alien or Aliens, but the other one was also shot in a studio in England. I basically only know the names of those studios because of the Alien documentaries. Shepperton Studios, maybe. That's one of them for sure. All right, well there you go. Shark movie done. I have to say that and Dagon have not been my favourites of the batch. Ba-dum, bam, bam, ba-da-dum, bam, bam, ba-dum, 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 bam. We got 3 horror from the deep movies left. I am going to go and use the bathroom. Okay, let me sperm. Yeah, I'm gonna use the bathroom, so I'll be back in a second. Don't go nowhere. You can't be at 0. The movies you've watched on stream alone should get you some points. Admittedly, I've not actually filled mine out yet. I think I'll be too depressed if I do it. I'll fill it out though before the end of the month. I keep track of everything on Letterboxd, so I can just fill it out retroactively. See how I did. I mean, a lot of them are rewatches, but let's even assume that they're all rewatches. 100 movies is still, what, 500 points before bonuses? And that's assuming they're all rewatches. If some of them are new watches, they get 10 points, so it's there's something. There's something. Elsa making a mockery of the whole thing. I kid. Hmm. Interesting. I'm just looking at a couple of things. I mean, maybe we'll hit some winners with the last little batch. I've never seen a Charlie Brown thing. And they have the exclusive rights for it now. Is that what you're saying? They're gatekeeping it. I don't know. Everything's got to be bought up and kept behind a paywall now. Maybe I shouldn't make fun of that. I do have a Patreon with exclusive episodes. Yeah, I've not been impressed with Apple TV so far. Has any more candy arrived? The box that Fletcher sent did. I don't know if this was here last time we spoke, but very heavy. The Cheetos have not arrived as of yet. I don't know if they were supposed to, though. I mean, maybe they're just taking a bit longer. There's a link to the wish list in the description, I think. So, and if there is anything else that anyone would like me to add, although we're getting, close-ish to it, though. But, yeah. Hey, Firefly. What do you want? Aw. Oh. You purring away. You want some attention, Firefly? What do you want? What do you want? So you get yourself a sandwich for the candy. So you can put some hot Cheetos as a topping inside the sandwich. I've never been a big crisps and sandwiches guy. I have to admit. So I don't think I'd be super into that. I enjoy sandwiches. I enjoy crisps. Not necessarily together though. Firefly. You're a menace. Yes, you're a little terror. Yes, yes. Yeah. He's purring away. Such a happy cat. Hmm. Well, maybe one of us will earn Peter's trust next year, and we can really create a good candy box and mail it directly to me. Um, I mean, I think eventually, when successful enough, I'll happily set up a PO box for stuff. Uh, but that's the official proper way of doing it. And then just go and pick up stuff once in a while. Connor only accepts whiskey. I don't really care about his privacy. No, that's true. I should start selling my own American candy box. Firefly. Uh, oh no no! Oh no! Oh! I wanted to pick him up, but he threw his center of balance off, and the little menace get away from me. I become. Aha! No, no, he's got a chair. He's got a chair. Oh, here we go. Right, okay. That's what I wanted, cat. I wanted to. That's yeah. And we'll use a hat. No? There we go. My new hat. Firefly. You know my hat. Keep my head warm. Okay? Are we agreeing with this? No? No. Okay. Off you go. The things that cat puts up with. Oh, I'm sorry, Firefly. Are we friends again? Yes. We do not have Junior Mints, no. We may have an equivalent, but I don't know what Junior Mints are like, so I don't know. Even if they end up looking like something, there's no guarantee they taste like something. Hmm. What do you eat with your popcorn? Uh, Nothing. Just popcorn. Hmm. Firefly does not get harassed. Firefly. Gets nothing but loves. We come first. Okay? Simple, simple love. Firefly. Right. There we go. There we go. Right. Isn't that comfy? Hmm. Yeah. I don't like salted popcorn. I don't get salted popcorn. But no, the answer is no. Uh, Gary Busey, pet judge. Oh dear. Honestly, popcorn flavors here aren't that exciting. They typically come like the movie theater only has two, sweet or salted, and then you can typically buy toffee popcorn from like in bags from stores. Other than that, though, there's not really any flavors. Popcorn's pretty basic here. Firefly, do you want to go to Busey? Want to go to Busey Court? Hmm? Want to go to Pet Court? Yes. Bet you do. If anything, it'll be Firefly going to Pet Court to get Gareth done on assault charges. Gareth is the star witness. Honestly, putting butter on popcorn is not really a thing here. There is no way to butter your popcorn at the movie theater. There's no option. There's no dispensers. There's no nothing. The cats are all looking themselves now. It does, David. Yes. Caramel does sound nice. Jalapeno popcorn's a bit weird though. Yes, no butter for popcorn, which admittedly is definitely a very well known thing in the US. The whole pickles at the movie theater though was absolutely insane, and Tyler's a complete madman for giving a shit about it. Yes, because yes, legally they probably can't call it butter. Yes, synthetic sludge that goes on top of popcorn. I have jalapenos, Greg. Would you eat me? That was a quality reference. Oh. Oh, sounds like Fletcher's toilet takes a hitting when he's been at the jalapenos. Yeah. When you're looking at someone on Twitter and they seem decent, and then there's posts of them praising the Bruce Wayne from Gotham as the best Bruce Wayne on screen, and you're like, oh no, outing of this. Red flag, red flag. Oh. Oh. Firefly just licking his ass casually in the background. Which is about as fitting as a way to go out in the stream, to be honest. I do recall that, Tyler, yes. So that is I think I'll be wrapping up the stream here then. David, you little, what's the word I'm looking for? Shill. Shill, that's it. That's the word. Shill. But no. Go and thrive, my community. Yes. Stream again on, I don't know when. But there'll be more. Obviously, if nothing else, I'll see you on Saturday. It streams after midnight. But possibly before then. You're gonna start a during party stream. That seems counterproductive to the stream itself, but we shall see. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I will see you next time. So good night, goodbye, and away I go.